I wish that they could. Wish that they.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to A Dose of Mim. I am your host, the amazing Mimi Gyo. We're back again.
Wish that they could see me. No bigger rocks and a heavy train.
If you're new to the show, welcome. If you're a returning person, thank you for tuning back in. The topics we have for today are relationships. We're going to talk about a question someone asked me earlier in the week, and I just felt like it was something that I should talk about because I kept thinking about it after that. I was like, why would somebody even ask something like that? Like, why would anybody even think that's a question to be asked? But you know, I see where they were coming from, and I see why it was a relevant question to ask. Female, is female a derogatory term? My advice to you is grab a glass of wine and let's get the fuck into it. It's been 4 months since I recorded the first episode. I've been going through a lot, trying to find a new apartment, which I did. I moved into the new apartment, and trying to get a job, which I still haven't gotten because of COVID. And just dealing with the transition of life from being outside to being inside. It's the fucking buses for me. Nobody tells you that when you have to record all these things, you have to take into consideration, cars, moving outside, if your house isn't soundproof. Anyway, okay, so first of all, I am single. So clearly, I don't know too much about relationships. So this is just what I think and what I feel and what I went through. I'm not saying anybody should copy me or do like me. So, and I'm not asking for any unwarranted judgment. If you want to judge me, I'm sure there's a close button. If you're using your phone or your laptop or whatever, you can just remove yourself, The first thing we're going to talk about is dating as an African teen. I don't even know where to start, because the first thing is you're not even supposed to be dating as an African teen according to how African parents act about it, and the way relationships between boys and girls are perceived in Africa. And it's weird because it's when you're getting into your teens, even before you get into your teens, your mom or your dad is already telling you, don't play with boys, don't let boys touch you, which is good, so that you don't get you don't get harassed or sexually molested by older boys or whatever. But then they say all that, then they turn around and let their friends call you their small wife. Said friends sometimes even end up molesting the girls. It's just weird because they're don't go out with boys, don't hang out with boys, don't do this with boys. They don't want you around boys at all. If they could lock you in the house, they would lock you in the house. But for me, it was different because my parents are very, very open-minded people, and I was allowed to, date, and I was allowed to hang out with boys. And I was thankful that they let me do that, because I ended up being more experienced than some of my friends that were not allowed to go out and got taken advantage of. Some of my friends that were not even allowed to go out became, when they say I'm a pastor, if you guys know, I think Ajepata's song, they became something else. Because they were not let to go out, when they saw freedom, they misused it. Dating as an African teen is not easy. It's weird because when you now actually start getting to the age of getting married and having children, your, let's say, early 20s, 22, 23, 24, 25, they start expecting you to bring your husband to the house. I wasn't allowed to see boys 5 years ago. Where do you want the husband to come from, please? Tell me. Just explain to me how I'm supposed to find a husband when barely 5 years ago I was not allowed to hang out with boys. Make it make sense. When you don't find a husband, everybody's on your head, and it's almost like it's your fault. but we're not even used to, when we do get in relationships after being under lock and key for so long, when we do get in relationships, we don't know how to deal with it. We don't know how to act in relationships. We don't know what to take and what not to take from our partners. It really has a bad effect on the relationships. African parents should be a little bit liberal, but they should try to make their children their friends instead of just being a parent to the child. When you're just being a parent, your child will not feel like telling you certain things, but if you're a friend, they'll feel like sharing things with you that they normally wouldn't have. And please don't shout at them, don't beat them. Like, I feel like I don't have to tell you how to parent your children. I'm 25 years old. I should not be telling you how to parent your children when I don't even have none. Don't beat them. Listen to them. Make them trust you and so that they'll be able to take your advice. But if you shout at them now, the hostility is just going to drive them to do those things behind your back. The next thing, dating as an African adult. I feel like dating as an African adult is even a little bit harder because we don't really have many choices. Let's be honest. The choices we have, let me see. The most misogynistic men. People that feel like they're superior to women. Men that want you to just sit home, cook, and yeah, misogynistic men basically. Like, when we say misogynistic men, I feel like that already wipes out 60% of African men. Then we have power and money hungry and drunk people who don't really give a fuck about their relationship. They don't give a fuck. All they care about is their money. If you're going to interrupt the process of them getting their money, that's a problem for them. They don't care about their children. They don't care about their wives. They don't care about their mother. They don't care about their father. They just care about money. Money runs them, runs power, money runs them. Then we have the men that just like to struggle. Like, they just like to be in a perpetual state of struggle. Those ones, they are the worst. I'd rather be with a misogynistic man that gives me everything and just expects me to just be at home and taking care of the kids and cleaning, or a man that doesn't really send me like that, but I'm enjoying my life flying from continent to continent, than being with a man that just believes that God will provide. Those are the types that I'm talking about. The ones that like to suffer. Our faith is in God's hand.
God never flop.
God has not abandoned us.
My God doesn't wear flip-flop, so he cannot flop. Power.
If you don't do something for yourself, God is not going to do shit for you. I think that's even in the Bible. The time is up. Girls, leave those men alone. They will... Somebody I know personally, like, this guy is literally like my uncle. He used to work for my mom. Literally like the general manager of my mom's business. This uncle has 3 or 4 children. He could not pay his rent. I started living, like, we have a couple of houses that, like, nobody really stays in. Not like houses, but like we have buildings in our house that nobody really stays in. So we're like, you know, we have space. You guys can come and stay with us. And they came and stayed with us. My mom eventually, like, got tired of that business, and she was, you know, she was like, I'm just having a lot on my plate right now, and this is not a priority, so I'm just going to leave that. And she stopped doing that business. I don't know, my dad, for some reason, because this guy was really struggling, and my mom just literally took his job away from him, somebody that could already barely pay his rent. So my dad was like, you know what, I am going to give you the rest of, because when my mom stopped her business, there was still inventory, like, and it was like a phone business and plastic, so it was like phones, recharge cards, SIM cards, all that shit. My dad was like, well, you have children. Like, he was looking out for the children more rather than the guy and his wife, like, because these are young, intelligent girls. So he was like, you know, I'm going to give you guys the rest of the inventory, sell it and make money, and, you know, just try and start up yourself. This man would go to church every single day and be giving offering that he doesn't have. He will now come out from church and go and drink beer and eat pork. with money they gave you to set up your life. Moral of the story is money finished. Last time I saw uncle, like his daughters are so intelligent. His uncle was telling me that, oh my God, that you don't know how intelligent these girls are, that I just wish I had money to send them to school, blah, blah, blah. I was just looking at him. I was waiting for him to say what the end point of all this was. I was not like, but God will provide, Sha. The next couple of days, like that was there, I was seeing him. Every day he'll wake up, put chewing stick in his mouth, chew, 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 sit down outside, chew, 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 go back inside. Next thing, he'll go outside the gate. He'll go to one beer parlor near our house, drink 3-3, eat pork meat, eat ice fish, come back, chew chewing stick in the night, sit down outside and be chewing chewing stick and singing what's it called? Christian music. How is God going to provide? I'm confused. Like, with all this, you're not even in the locations that God can say, oh, let me just try and bless you with an opportunity. Is it in the beer parlor where everybody there, most of the people there, they don't know, as in they don't even know their way home? Let's start there. Or is it in the church where you're giving money you don't have and everybody thinks you're a big man? Please, let's be honest. How is God going to provide? Those are the type of men that you want me, a whole sissy like me, sissy of Africa, to go and marry. Alone. Dating as a black woman. Okay, this is because I am in the America. The reason why I put this in the itinerary was because I am in the United States. I am black. There are a lot of races here. Dating as a black woman, let me tell you, is hard. Dating as an African black woman is even harder. Not only do people like already, who the fuck is
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here.
You might meet somebody you like, but you were just not raised to cohabitate with that kind of thing, with that kind of person. You were just not raised to be with that kind of person. It's not even as if your parents are saying don't be with them. Your upbringing will not allow you to be with that person. Maybe, for a couple of months, but long term, no. No. Dating other races as a black woman, that's even like, honestly, sometimes I am it's hard because, first of all, the way they love and the way we love, I feel like it's very different, very, very, very different things. I don't know how to explain it. The method of loving. I'm an African, Nigerian, black woman. And you want to impress me. And you are coming to my house on my birthday with balloons and a blanket or carpet or small whatever the fuck it is so we can do picnic in my house. To me, as an African black woman, it will not make sense. But I feel like there are some races that would be something that they find sweet. That's something that, it's just like part of a culture. Oh, this is nice. It's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts, but if we're having a picnic, not inside my house. Not inside the place where I perpetually stay and don't go anywhere. I'm saying this because this has happened to someone I know. And the biggest problem I have with dating other races is when, don't you just hate it when you meet a very cute, not racist white guy, but I don't know how to put it. I don't know, like, he starts speaking like a black guy, all the hand things and, just gingering himself. It's like, yo, this is weird. It's awkward. It's weird. Even when black guys do it already, like it kind of put, when they overdo the whole, you know, the whole thing, it's just, it kind of puts me off. Like, just calm down, nobody's fighting you. But when a white boy is doing that, it just looks really, really weird, and it's just cringe. It's weird. It's extremely weird. I met a white guy that he used to say what's up every like 2 seconds. Something, what's up, something, what's up, something, what's up. It's like, bro, nothing is up. Nothing is up. Can you now stop? Like, it was just a lot. It was a lot. Like, I liked him, but like when he was doing all that, it put me off completely because it just was weird as fuck. Can we all just be normal human beings? Please. Leave that crack behavior in 2020. Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. Remember when they used to say Vision 2020? 2020 used to be the futuristic year. Now we lived past that. We're even further. We're going further. And we're all in good health. We thank God for that. For everybody that has been lost on our journey in life, we pray that they're all resting in perfect peace and they're always with us in our hearts, in our minds. So, you know, let's all just be thankful for life and keep the memory of the people that have died alive. Never forget 20th of October 2020. Nigerian youth were killed, murdered in front of Lekki toll gate. Never forget. Let's move on.
Good girl, I'm a pastor. You want all of my bad gum with the rainy church. Lano, she wants me to buy her rose. She said that she's feeling naughty. I said that I'm really not sure. I swear that I've seen you before. I'm a pastor. Sure you wanna put me for trouble? I'm a pastor. Sure you wanna finish my show? I'm a pastor. I'm a pastor.
With the second segment, we're going to be going into the bad sides of relationships. We're gonna start with cheating, text and flirting. I feel like it's popular opinion that texting and flirting with other people is not cheating. Let's get this straight, okay? If you're texting somebody else that is your friend, quote unquote, but you have certain feelings towards that person, I don't care what the real relationship is. If you have certain feelings, what I mean is, if you want to fuck them, if you want to love them, if you want to have children with them, if you want to be with them forever, if you feel like they're your soulmate, and you have a partner that is cheating, if you are in a relationship and you're talking to people of the opposite sex, even if they're your friends, there are certain contexts of conversation that is just inappropriate. It's funny, it's like jokes or whatever, but it's inappropriate and disrespectful to your partner. You should respect your partner enough that even though that joke is funny, don't make it. It's like saying because your partner is cross-eyed, you're going to laugh about it with your friend, but she's not supposed to feel bad because it's a joke. Or you're talking about your friend's ass and she's not supposed to feel bad about it because it's a joke. Like, because you're laughing, oh my god, your ass is so big. Like, yo, why are you even talking about her ass? Like, why are you even looking at it? Like, clearly you're not looking at her in a friendship way. Do you look at your male friend's ass? A friend is a friend. If I'm your friend, if I'm your female friend, you have no reason to be looking at my ass. Like, anything that you can't do to your male friends, any conversations you can't have with your male friends, you should not be having them with your female friends when you're in a relationship. And that's it. To me, anything like that is cheating. That's what it is. Cheating is about intent. rather than. I saw something somewhere where one old ass lady was saying that talking and flirting on the phone is not cheating. It's when you actually do that it's cheating. No, grandma, it's not. Okay? Like, cheating is cheating. Talking to other people is cheating. Flirting with other people is cheating. Having fantasies about other people is cheating. If your girlfriend told you she was having fantasies about other people, or talking about how her friend's dick print is always so big, how would you feel? Like, let's stop this fucking one-sided behavior. It's not cool. Red flags is the next thing we're going to talk about. Red flags. I saw a tweet one day that said, I'm the type of person that waits to see how red the flag can get. It's a bad thing, because you're literally, you see yourself in a hole and digging yourself deeper. That's what you're doing. The red flags were not jokes. They were not just playing. They're not acting. They were not protecting themselves. They're just terrible people. Get that in your brain. I'm talking to you, Mimi. Whoever else is that kind of person, get that in your brain. If someone is behaving a certain way you don't like, you have to take it into consideration. If you met somebody and they're behaving a certain way, you believe that if you stay with them for 2 years, they'll just suddenly automatically start behaving the way you want them to behave. It's hard to change people. When people are set in their ways, it's hard to change people. Don't try. Look for the person that is closest to what you want and whose faults you can tolerate and be with them. Maybe you can just, if it's a few tweaks here and there, maybe you can do it. But you can't just take someone else and expect them to. They have their own demon person that's supposed to be with them, their life partner. It's not you. Stop doing that. Situationships. This is a huge one for me because this is more about a talk of boundaries. Most of us really don't have boundaries. Like, okay, we have boundaries, but we don't communicate them. Men feel like because we don't communicate the boundaries clearly, they can do whatever they want, and if anything happens, well, you didn't set a clear boundary, right? If you're the type of person that likes situationships, you like all that drama, you can get into it, nobody cares. Those of us that actually want something real and someone real and something of substance, let's be mindful. When we see the red flags, get out of it quick. Either you tell them, if they don't want to conform, get out of that shit quick. Once you get into a situationship, getting out is hard. It becomes a very toxic, abusive relationship. Every time I've ever been in a situationship, it was initiated by the guy. I'm somebody that wants my person. What I like to post, my personality, has nothing to do with my relationship. Any guy that has a problem with a girl that's free and is positive with her own self and her body, I feel like if you have an issue with that, it's more of your own insecurities. It has nothing to do with her. Even if there are a million guys in my comments, if you don't know that, as in you are my guy, there's a reason why I'm riding with you, there's a reason why you are my man, then we shouldn't be together. If you can feel threatened by another nigga being under my pictures, another nigga that probably won't even be able to talk to me or even chat with me is threatening you, then that's a you problem. With situationships, men want to keep you and they want to explore and find who is best for them. They don't want to keep you and you keep them. They just want to keep you and continue doing what they want to do. And that's why they try to do everything that you do in a relationship, but they don't actually commit. That's why girls need to set, if you want a proper relationship, I feel like you should set clear boundaries. What are we doing? You want a relationship, but do you just want to fuck? What do you want? Tell them what you want. This is what I want. If you can't give me this, peace. There are 7 billion or more people in the world. Definitely more than 7 billion. We've been saying 7 billion for years. Well, Corona has probably killed most of them. But you get my point. There are plenty of people in the world. You don't have to force yourself into a relationship. Don't do that. Guys, like, they would actually give you the impression that they want a relationship. That, like, that's what they want to do with you. But then, if you are not a strong person, you won't be able to see that. That's not really, like, you have to actually be somebody that can tell when niggas are bullshitting. And that's where we come back to the red flags. You should be able to identify red flags in the first place. If you feel bad about something and you're telling him and he's getting angry that you are expressing your opinion, sister, run. If he's getting upset that you're doing things that you like, sister, let the soles of your feet touch the back of your ear. Run. If he's talking to other women and that in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, and you tell him and he cannot stop it, sister, run. A lot of people don't even know when they're in situationships. A lot of people can't even tell when they are in situationship. Has he ever, like, introduced you to his friends as his girlfriend? Has he introduced you to his family? That's the more important one. Well, in African culture, it's very important when you introduce somebody to your family, because if I introduce you to my mom or my dad, man, we're getting married. Period. There are certain things that people will do for you. Like, does he invest in you? Does he talk about his own future plans with you in mind? Does he make decisions with your opinion? Like, does he ask you for opinion before he makes decisions? Things like that. I only know that because the last time I was in a relationship, I will not lie, I thought that was my husband. Some people can be so perfect, but you're just not meant to be together. It's just like I said, the culture can sometimes come, the way you were raised, what you're used to. When you're marrying somebody that's not, like, that can't accept, not that can't accept, but that is not, we're from the same place, we have the same culture, but I was raised in a more, you can be whoever you want to be setting, not a, because you're a woman, you're going to be a wife setting. So we kind of had differences on that. I was kind of like our main, like, it's not like he stopped me from doing anything, but there were just certain expectations he had of me to, like, it was like proper wife expectations, but he wasn't doing the same. It wasn't reciprocal. But that's besides the point. And that's when settling comes in. When you decide that you're going to be with this person, even though they make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, that's when you know you're settling. Dating as an artist. I've dated artists. I don't know how I felt about it. It kind of made me suppress my own art. They were having their time, and I didn't want it to be that I took away their shine or whatever, like, or I was trying to use their shine to pull myself up. They didn't make me feel that way, and that wasn't the case. But you know, public opinion, when you care too much about public opinion, it kind of affects your relationship as an artist, because I didn't want to come out into the public as so and so's girlfriend, so and so's side chick, so and so, like, because I was affiliated with certain people. I wanted to come out because people appreciated my craft and people appreciated me as a person, as who I am, not because of who I was with or who I was around. It's not a lie that people fuck around in the industry. It's not a lie. Do you understand? So people just literally just want to fuck. So many people, like, kind of like know who you are. Sometimes people tell you everything, I love you, I love you, I love you, blah 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 blah. But it's just because they feel like they cannot have access to you. But when they do get access to you, it's like it's the same thing as other regular people would do. They're still just trying to fuck. Or sometimes they're trying to like get money out of you. Somebody messaged me on Instagram and asked me, do you think female is a derogatory term? I kind of found it like strange that anybody would ask me such a thing. It's an identity, it's just a word, female. Why would it be derogatory? I explained that I see where they're coming from, because sometimes men say certain things in a way that it's just like, if they're upset with you and they want to say like this female, but you can tell like from their body language, from the tone of their voice, from the context of what they're saying, you can tell that this guy was just holding himself back from saying this bitch. That doesn't make female a derogatory term. It's not. I don't know if men are on an agenda to make female a derogatory term, but it's not. That's like saying, because somebody, sometimes people say, oh, stop doing that, you're acting ghetto, they're acting black. Does that now mean black is a derogatory term? Like, do you get where I'm coming from? The context and the way of expression is what makes it sound derogatory, but it's not derogatory. So yeah, I just felt like I should just say that, like put that in there. I feel like that shouldn't be a question to be asked. Female is definitely not a derogatory. Use your number 6. I really wanted to do tweet of the day today, but I'm so tired. So I'm sorry guys, no tweet of the day for today. This has been great. So with that all being said, I'm gonna see you guys next time. I had a couple of interesting topics. As usual, drop your comments, suggestions in the comment section, and I'll see you next episode. Remember to bring your wine. On Twitter, follow me on Twitter, Mimi Girl. Follow me on Instagram, Mimi Girl. Follow me on SoundCloud, Mimi G. Love you. Bye. See ya.
Yeah. It's 11 p.m. Jack, I sneak out. Open fridge and I drink daddy big stout. Multi-refine girl, mo can reach out. And I'm NTA, mo can speak out. Man, no 3 stacks, now me bypass.